What's going on, sassy ladies? Welcome back to Let's Talk Strategies with Danette Moss. And today I have an empowering episode tailored just for you, lady, because I'm going to be diving into the transformative A in the SASS framework, which stands for automate, of course. I'm always talking about it. So if you are a female CEO looking to streamline your business and reclaim your time, this episode is designed to help you do just that. So let's harness the power of automation and take your business from overwhelm to the unstoppable success that I know you plan to have in your business. So go ahead, grab that cup of tea, that pen, and a notepad, and make sure you take note of these 7 valuable tips on integrating automation into your business strategy. You ready? All right. Tip 1, embrace the automation advantage. So there's several ways that you can actually do this. The first way is to recognize the potential of automation so that it can transform your business operations. If you don't recognize it or look at it, then how are you going to even leverage it, right? Embracing automation is going to truly be key to the growth of your business. The next way to embrace the automation advantage is to assess your current pain point. You got to do that. This is going to help you to identify areas where automation can make a significant impact. All right. Now, it's going to be key and, well, vitally important, I guess I would say, for lack of better words, for you to understand that although I believe automation is one of the number one ways to help you grow your business and leverage things the way that you need to leverage it, when you assess your pain points and identify the key areas of your business that automation could truly impact, you will be able to quickly catch the areas that you don't need to automate, aka areas that you're going to be delegating, right? Now, I know that you may hear me speak oftentimes that automation is extremely important, that you need to automate 95 to 98% of your business. You will also hear me make sure or tell you to make sure that the things that you're going to be delegating to people is a waste of time for you to automate. But the only way that you can catch it and pay attention and know what really needs to be automated and what doesn't is you need to assess, right? Assess those current pain points so that you can really kind of unblock and kick back all those time wasting type activities that you can even get yourself caught up in, because you can automate chaos, believe it or not. So I don't want you to get caught up in that. Now, another way for you to embrace the automation advantage in your business is to cultivate a mindset of openness. Yes, I went there. And readiness to embrace the technological solutions for your business. Let's not be scared of it. You got to take the time and understand that no matter what, in this day and age, if you are not looking at the technology piece or the solutions that you can put technologically in your business, you're going to be left behind. You know, everybody's ripping and running away from the famous what? Chat GPT. Some people are still frustrated about it, don't want to get involved in it. Embrace it. You're still the expert in the field that you're in. You're just going to take what you have, drop it in there, and let it enhance. You still need to know what you know, right? In order to be as effective as possible using it in the promptings and all those good things. So, again, cultivate the mindset of openness and readiness so you can embrace it. Don't run from it. I'd hate to see you get left behind, sassy lady. All right. Now, let's go on to tip number 2, and that is strategically selecting tasks for automations. You got to be strategic. I'm a strategist, so I like to talk all things strategy and the strategic piece of the puzzle of it. And how I am strategic in my day-to-day affairs or strategic in the ways that I manage my clients is I analyze my daily task. Not only do I analyze the daily task, I categorize it as well, right? Now, you categorize them based on the repetitiveness and time consumption. So, when you hear me talk, oftentimes I'll tell you, write the vision to make it plain so them so you can run with it. And in order for you to write it, you got to get it out your head and drop it down on paper, right? Once you get it down on paper, this is where you begin to categorize, right? You look at those day-to-day things that you do and you categorize them in areas that they belong in, whether it's marketing, whether it's follow-up, whether it's administration, etc. Whatever way is best for you, list them down and categorize them that they fit your business needs, not someone else's. But you got to keep in mind when you categorize them, make sure that they speak to your team members or the person that you're going to be outsourcing things out to, because you need it to make sense. As you categorize and kind of list them out, it sets you up for the option or the idea of having a great SOP, a standard operating procedure. Because you categorize things, you can begin to really peel back the onion layer and list them, record, do all the necessary things that you need to do as you pass them on to your team members, etc., that can best help you, right? Also, you need to consider customer-facing processes that can benefit from automation. To do what? To enhance your client experience. Consider that. Don't kick the customer experience to the side. It is a necessity for your success. Okay. Now, tip number 3, navigating the automation tool landscape. I know we may not want to look at it. It's business landscaping. You got to look at how you want things to flow as you navigate through this automation wave or step-by-step approach. Pardon me. So research the automation tools and software available for your market. Research the ones that best fit your needs. I know you may hear me talk about all different types of softwares. I mean, I come from the space of Kartra, I come from the space of ClickFunnels, and I'm using my own automated software or what I call my business management systems, sales and marketing platform, digital CEO systems. You still need to thoroughly look at the systems that best fit your needs, that best suits your market. I've worked with CPAs. I've worked with, let's say, oh my goodness, what is the one that, the people that actually, it's on the tip of my tongue, y'all. I have a client that she goes through signing for real estate and paperwork and wills and all kind of stuff like that. There's software that they use that's specific to their niche, specific to their market. So you need to research those automation tools and software that's available to your market and make sure that it fits your needs, that it works well, and that you can flow in it. Next step in the navigating the automation tool landscape is you need to seek recommendations from fellow female CEOs, other industry experts. The time is out to be sitting here trying to do everything on your own, right? Most of us do some of the same things. There's nothing new under the sun. It's just that if I resonate with you, you work with me. If someone else resonates with you, you work with them. That doesn't mean that I'm taking it personal. We're just not each other's judge, right? So choose or seek recommendations from other fellow female CEOs in your industry. It's all good. It's all good. Oh, Lord. Stayed up kind of late, y'all. I apologize. But listen, don't get yourself all tied up in not wanting to collaborate with like-minded women in your profession. Sometimes you work, but you'll find that you'll work best working and teaming up with other people just like you, right? So consider that. Don't push it away. Pushing it away will have you out here on this journey by yourself. And I promise you, you don't want to be out there by yourself. Now, another way for you to navigate the automation tool landscape is to choose user-friendly and scalable tools that align with your business goals. They need to be user-friendly, right? I talked about researching automation and all of that, but it needs to be something that you can flow with. Now, that does not mean that you will not run into a time where you will have a software that you need to deal with, that you need to learn. That does not mean that you may not have to get with somebody or and go through a challenge or go through a master class to learn the said softwares that you use. All right. I mean, my CPA deals with tax dome. I don't know that. I mean, I may look into it, but she had to learn it. She's a CPA. She has a bookkeeper. She has other accountants that works for her firm. You have to be familiar with software or scalable tools that will allow you to leverage and grow in your business. So make sure you take heed to that. Okay. Let's move on to tip number 4, and that's implementing automation with finesse. You see me moving? Or should I say with sass? Because I believe all women, female CEOs should have a little sass in their life. But let me get back on track. The best way for you to actually implement automation with finesse is to design a step-by-step plan to introduce automation into your business gradually. I know that some of us will go all in on it because I'm like that. It's just who I am. But I have a lot of tech background, but there's still some areas that I'm not familiar with. And so sometimes I may have to assess the situation and slowly drip it into my business model, right? So I'm not saying that you don't need to put it in there. I'm saying if you find yourself getting overwhelmed and all over the place because it's too much, listen, design a step by step plan and introduce it gradually into your business model. Okay. Now, the next step into implementing automation with finesse is to train your team. You got to train them. Train your team on the new automated processes and involve them in the implementation process of it, right? You're not going to be the one that's going to be doing everything. Let's just be real. Now, you may be doing it when you first start out, but at some point, I pray you're going to get you some team members to help you leverage and to do the things that you're not so good at doing. You don't need to be the one that gets all caught up into doing everything, because if you're doing everything, you're probably not getting much done. I know what it feels like to be new in business or to be, you know, seasoned in business, but to be strapped tight. So this is where you bootstrap your business. It's all good. But look at those ways that you can leverage and design a step-by-step approach that you can take and train your team members so that you can walk them through the new automation process and involve them in each of the steps, because they're going to be the ones that's going to be doing probably the bulk of the work, right? So that way you can be focusing on that thing that you're best gifted in, and they can work on what they're gifted at. So it's a win-win situation. You can stay in your zone of optimization or genius, and they can work in theirs. So let's get them trained, okay? Another way for you to, or another step inside of the implementation automation with finesse portion, is to monitor the transitions and provide the support, okay, as needed. You got to ensure some things, right? You got to ensure what? A seamless integration. I've worked with people and oh my goodness, I think they call it like the waterfall method. Corporate. Whew. When I worked in IT and in corporate, most of the project managers that I worked with, side by side with, they use the waterfall method. I prefer the Scrum method because I like that approach where I'm including other team members in on the things that they need to be included in on. So it can be that seamless integration. Instead of sitting there, they say the waterfall method, you usually will take the time out, list everything out, write everything out, take months, 6 months, 3 months, years, listing out and mapping out a plan. And then the time you decide to roll that thing out, now it's obsolete. This is why I like the Scrum method. I love it because I can integrate things in its seamless way and making sure that other people that are involved with the project, that they're on the same page. And we're just not, again, as I always do when I'm usually taping, throwing mud up against the wall and expecting for it to stick. You do not want to get caught up in that. You just don't. I promise you. So monitor the transactions and provide support as needed to ensure a seamless integration. And step 5, or tip 5, is personalizing automation for enhanced connections. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Leverage automation to do what? Maintain a personalized interaction with your clients and your customers. So this may deal with some of your workflow, personalizing the interaction, putting their names in it, making them feel like they're not just a number by putting their name on it, addressing them for who they are. They're paying you money. Respect them by addressing them the right way. So integrate personalization into your enhanced connections, right? Or advanced way of doing things, if you want it, for lack of better words. And next, you want to look at segmenting your audience to deliver a targeted, relevant message. So I have people that right now have signed up literally for my upcoming challenge, the Get Your SASS on 5-Day Challenge, right? It's a challenge where we're going to work through the SASS framework. We're going to work through simplifying, automating, systematizing, and streamlining your business. But I've had people that went through the 6-figure mompreneur, the 6-figure female CEO cohort that I have. They're segmented different. You want to make sure that you segment because oftentimes, or have you ever gotten an email from somebody and you are already in their program and they're asking you to sign up for the program instead of reminding you? When you segment your list a certain way, you don't look like a fool. You don't look like you didn't take the time to really, really cater to your list or cater to your target audience, or make sure you speak in the proper messaging to them. So you want to make sure that you definitely segment your audience so that you can deliver a more targeted or relevant message to them. And you look like the expert that I know you plan and want to look like. Now, there's another thing that I want to talk about under personalizing your automation for enhanced connections, and that is the part where you balance the automation, right? What I mean by balance the automation, some things are still going to need that personal touch, okay? So you can create that authentic relationship that I know you want to create. So yes, you'll hear me say 95 and 98% of the things need to be automated, but there's still going to be, in some cases, in most cases, or in all cases, at some point in there, you're going to need to have that personal touch to it. You're going to need to show up. You're going to maybe need to do some things to elevate and, really build that lasting relationship, like go live, you know, um, get down in the DMs with them and say some personal things, show them the personal side of you Personalize that thing. Put some personal touch on it so that it won't feel like they are just somebody, they're just a number. Make sure that your customers know that they matter. They gotta know. I know what I train and teach and coach on. This particular topic is kind of tight, right? A lot of people like to run from it. A lot of people don't want to deal with systems and automation and streamlining. But you got to do it if you plan on growing your business. Every successful business, from your Nikes, from your uh, Apple, from your Amazons, every successful business has taken the time to put that personal touch on their business, segmented things so that it speaks to the right people. You have to do it. You have to keep that authenticity in it, or you're going to lose people. And to be quite honest, you're going to lose yourself, because you're going to find yourself hopping over here trying to be this way because somebody else is doing it, or hopping over there. I want you to keep that authenticity together. And the best way to do that is to balance it out, balance that automation, keep that personal touch in it. Be you. That's all I'm saying. For me, with what I'm doing, I got to be raw sometimes, but I'm still me. And I like to use the terminology, I help you get your SASS on. I want to make it fun because I know that there's work involved in this. But you gotta put your head in the game. You gotta do it. You gotta roll up your sleeves, and you gotta get busy. Okay. Now, tip number 6 is troubleshooting and refining automated processes. So what do I mean by that? You need to know that you know that you know. At some point, some of these things that you've done, you may need to change some things in it. So this is where I talk about quarterly looking at your processes, your systems. Your processes and systems are different things. You need to look at them both, in my opinion, on a quarterly base. This way you can look at or anticipate potential challenges and create, what do you call it, a contingency plan that will help you where you just won't drown. Okay. So regularly review your automated processes and gather feedback, of course, from your team and your clients or customers. You got to do that. It's all about testing, right? When you put it out there, you're testing the market, you're seeing if it's working. So you make some tweaks and some changes. These tweaks and changes don't work best for you. You can change it. It's your business, but you got to put it out there to see. It's all part of the growth process. It really truly is. So regularly make sure that you and well, not regularly. Just make sure you anticipate those potential challenges and create that contingency plan. Next, I want you to regularly review those automated processes and gather that feedback, as I mentioned, from your team members and from your clients or customers. Then you need to continuously optimize, okay, and improve those automated workflows to align with your changing needs, because life happens. I always say life is lifing in my life. Stuff is happening, right? Things are shifting. And sometimes you have to pivot in different directions, right? So you will find yourself continuously looking at and improving your automated workflows so that you can best suit your business needs and your customers' needs. All right. And it's going to be very helpful when you bring team members on as well. If it's not a team member, whether it's a VA, virtual VA, or admin, needs to be done. And last but not least, step 7 or tip 7, let's measure automation, or measuring the automation success and impact. Okay, you got to measure it. This is where we talk about those KPIs. You got to set some measurable goals and key performance indicators. That's what KPIs stand for. You got to set them for your automated processes. How are you going to know if things are working right? You got to look at those numbers. It's what we call the data, or the data, depending on where you're from. Okay, you got to do it. Also, you need to utilize the analytics and what? Reporting tools to track the performance of the automated task. If you are utilizing a tool and you have no way of tracking, looking at your KPIs, utilizing the analytics to see how you can best use them, or looking at your reporting tools, I'm going to say this: run, sassy lady, run. Like run, Forrest, run. You need a system where you can do it. How are you going to know if the business needs are being met properly and that you're meeting your daily, your weekly, your monthly, and your yearly goals? In order to do that, you got to have these set things in place, a way to measure, right? It's like the SMART methodology. Measure those goals and check out those key performance indicators. Utilize those analytics all the way live. Look at the reporting tools, even if it looks nasty and, ooh, I'm not really doing well. At least you know, so you can go ahead and fix it. You got to do that so that you can track your performance and look at the automated task and make sure you're automating what needs to be automated. Or this gives you a chance where you can look at what you need to keep. I say keep it, pause it, scrap it, or delegate it. The only way you can do that is to have this in front of you so that you can have a way to leverage and look at your data. So use the data insights, okay, to make informed decisions and refine your automation strategy accordingly at that point. Remember what I said, there's no need to be throwing mud up against the wall and expecting for it to stick. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. All right. All right, I think that I've outlined all 7 of the tips. And I hope that you've taken the time to write them down and make sure that you go back through them and compare and look to see if you're following these tips, these step-by-step principles. If you're honing in on the A in the SASS framework, which is automation, don't be afraid to automate your business. It's something that I really truly believe every successful business owner or every person who says that they plan on really truly running a real business should have. If your business is not automated, I really have to question your success because you're going to be all over the place. And who has time for that? Because if you're all over the place, you're stopping and starting instead of putting your business on rinse and repeat. And every time I show up, my goal is to give you true valuable information that can help you do just that. Go from overwhelmed to putting your business on rinse and repeat. All right. Well, I hope this has been valuable to you. My prayer is that you will take this information and implement it in your business. Make sure that you share with your team players, your team members, your VAs, your admins, etc. Share with everybody who's involved in your business. Make sure that they're on the same page with you as it pertains to the automation portion of your business. Okay? Well, I want to thank you once again for joining me here on Let's Talk Strategies with Danette Moss, where I'm always excited to share strategies and empower you with the tools that you need to have the success that I know you plan to have. Make sure you come back and visit me weekly here every Tuesday at 12 noon on the E360 TV network and the Limelight network as well. You also can find me out on my YouTube channel, Let's Talk Strategies, all of the social media platforms, LinkedIn especially, my favorite place to hang out, IG, Clubhouse, all of the places that people like me might want to hang out because I love connecting with other female CEOs. This is Danette Moss, business systems and implementation strategist, aka the strategy lady over at Let's Talk Strategies. And thanks so much for joining me because together, girl, we will soar to new heights of success and growth in our business. Until next time, take care. Are you ready to unleash your inner SASS in your business? Join me for the Get Your SASS On 5-Day Challenge. During this transformative live challenge, we'll dive deep into the powerful SASS framework where we'll simplify, automate, systematize, and streamline your business for remarkable success. With the SASS framework, you'll gain crystal clear clarity on your goals, eliminate overwhelm, and implement efficient systems that free up your time and energy. By the end of the 5-day challenge, you'll walk away with a clear roadmap for your business, the tools to automate and streamline your operations, and the confidence to take bold action towards your goals. So don't miss out on this life-changing experience. Secure your spot today, and let's embark on this transformative journey together. Get ready to unleash your inner SASS and take your business to the next level.